All right. Hey, everyone. It's Rachel, and I'm back from Peru. And I'm super excited to be home and to be able to share everything I learned while I was gone at my 500-hour teacher training. One of my favorite parts of the teacher training was the part on Ayurveda and learning about it, the sister science of yoga, and how to use it in order to create more balance, more ease in our lives. Hey, Kathy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful Sunday. So I've got my beautiful stepdaughter here, Emmy, the sweet one who was willing to help me out. The other ones kind of suck. They all said no. Anyways, Emmy's amazing, and she's actually super interested in psychology, and a lot of Ayurveda is based in psychology, and we use herbs and food in order to create a more balanced state. So I got all this stuff set up here today because we are going to make a chocolate vegan avocado pie, which is absolutely amazing and delicious and was one of my favorite parts of my day. My friends and I would head to the cafe and get ourselves a slice. So wanted to bring it home and share it with my family. So today we're talking about Ayurveda, and one of the key elements of the sister science of yoga, Ayurveda, is doshas, is learning your dosha, learning how to balance your dosha, and through that you are able to create a more balanced life. In Ayurveda we call the word sama. Sama means to balance. So Emmy, I'm going to take her dosha. I'm going to figure it out for her.
What is a dosha?
Yeah, so your dosha is the energies that make up you. And when those energies are all in alignment, right, from, your chemical makeup, then you can live a more peaceful, calm life. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things we can do in order to balance your dosha. We can eat to balance our dosha in a certain way. We can eat based on the season. We can use oils on our skin because our epidermis, our outer layer, is one of the most effective ways to keep ourselves balanced, as that's how everything's going to enter into our bodies. We can do certain meditations to help us balance our doshas. And of course, managing our mindset is one of the most important parts, is learning what aggravates us, right? And then learning how to use pranayama, breath, to calm ourselves back down. And then, of course, the food we eat. So when we make this pie, when Emmy and I make this pie, we're going to put a lot of love into it. We're also going to say a little mantra. Yeah, we're going to mix a lot of love into it because we have a big family, right, Emmy? We got 5 kids, 2 crazy adults, and we need to bring some calm into our life on a daily basis. We never know who's going to fly off the handle. Oh, yeah, and the craziest one of all, our dog, which I'm surprised he's not barking at us right now because there's food out here right now. Yeah, so Emmy, looking at Emmy, I'm going to guess, also knowing Emmy, that she's a mixture of Pitta dosha. I'm going to guess that's her primary one. And maybe a little bit of Vata and a little bit of Kapha. So I'm thinking Emmy's pretty tri-doshic, which is pretty cool. That's probably the most balanced individual of all when she balances all 3 doshas. So let's figure out Emmy's strongest dosha by taking her pulse. So Emmy, can you give me your left hand?
My left?
Yeah. And she's got a lot of these amazing bracelets on it. So all I'm going to do is come around here, going to press down. And as I press down, I'm going to just take a moment. And I can tell which is her dominant dosha by feeling the pulse. Uh-oh, Emmy, you're dead. No pulse. I'm kidding. Brian just lost it by me saying that. God forbid, a million trillion times. Poo, poo,
As he
poo.
always says.
As he always says. Okay, yeah. So what I felt in Emmy's pulse is my middle finger. That's the strongest one.
You're really squeezing there.
I know, I had to really squeeze it to find it. And her Pitta is super strong. And so what does it mean for Emmy to be mostly Pitta? Yeah, she doesn't know. So, Emmy, Pitta is someone who's super driven, really intellectual, very organized and
me.
yeah, and tends to be a self-motivator. Sound pretty true?
Except the organized part. That's
Not
just...
the organized part, yeah. So that, there's our dog. He's pretty pitted too. So what Emmy needs to do in order to keep herself organized is just have a daily routine, a daily schedule. Yeah, does that help you out, Emmy, when you have that? Do you feel a little more balanced?
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty cool. So this pie, this chocolate vegan avocado pie is going to be amazing for Emmy because it's going to balance her pitta. Because avocados and dates are super grounding, which is important for a pitta. It's also really good for someone like myself, a vata. Yeah, I tend to be a little vata pitta and tend to need grounding too. All right, so are you ready to make this, Emmy?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start by making the crust.
My hands because I touched the doll.
Yeah, thanks, Emmy. So I went ahead and put everything out. Just gonna grab my recipe here. Oh, came out for a second. And in our recipe, we're gonna make our crust first. The crust is 8 dates, and you wanna make sure they're pitted. And always good to use organic if you can, and homegrown naturally. Of course, this is not grown in our own personal garden because we don't have one. We do not have green thumbs in this family. Anyways, so we're going to take these 8 dates. We're going to add a cup of almonds, which are right here. We got those at the wonderful Trader Joe's. And then we're going to take it. We're going to put it, we're going to use our Vitamix, one of my favorite tools. So happy I have one of these. And we're just going to add them together super quick. So we're just going to put dates, almonds, and then we need a half a teaspoon of sea salt. So here we go. All right. This should be interesting because it's a grinder. Yeah, thanks, Emmy. Let's just put it up here. We'll just guesstimate, you know. I feel like in cooking we don't need to be exact. Yeah.
Maybe a little more.
All right, that sounds good, right, Emmy? Okay, go ahead and throw it in. Okay, and then we're just going to grind this up. Oops, sorry. So take it.
Might want to put the lid on first.
You think?
Yeah.
It's a good idea, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't get it all over our ceiling.
Yep, that sounds pretty good.
Okay. Grind it up here. No. I'm gonna grab our chunker, plunger, call it what you want, pressure. This is gonna help us here.
I've never done this before.
Yeah, so Emmy's gonna do it. She's gonna smash it up for me. And then, okay, here you go, sweetie. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Turn it up. Here we go. On. All right, so she's gonna work on the crust, and then we're gonna take that. Oops. Once she's got it all crushed up, we're gonna put it into our pie pan here. We're gonna smash it down, and then we're gonna put it into the freezer where it will harden. So, if you're interested in learning more about your dosha or how to eat from an Ayurvedic style, of course, there are also other things in Ayurveda that we do besides just eating. There's tools we use daily, like massaging the body, tongue scraping, and just ways to keep ourselves in a really balanced state, which is super important in this hectic, crazy life that most of us live in this Western world. How's it doing, Emmy? Is it getting crushed? All right, let's turn it up a little more and see what happens. Let's see if we can. Seems like it's stuck to the bottom there.
But it's sticky.
Yeah, the dates make it super sticky, but also really sweet. Hold on. Let's see here. I think that's actually probably pretty good. We can probably scoop it out now. Hey, Megan. Hey, Maxine. Thanks for watching. All right, so we're going to scoop this out here. Thanks, Emmy. She got me a spoon. If you can see our beautiful new kitchen, I have to say I'm loving it. If you had seen our pre-kitchen, you would be in shock. All right, let's see. So I think we're just going to take this out of here. Wow.
We did it
Really thick. Okay, that's okay. It's good. I think we're gonna need some mussels, Brian.
I'm here, it's okay.
So if you have any questions, hey Rachel, don't hesitate to ask. And
For the new people that join,
yeah, if you have any questions, if you're joining in midway, we're here making this vegan chocolate, hey Barbara, pie, and super good for Pitta dosha. If you're interested in learning more about Ayurveda and ways to keep yourself balanced,
Hit her up.
hit me up, yeah. Okay, Emmy, will you take this and just mash it down and like make it into a crust?
Alright.
And I'm gonna try to scrape out the rest.
Alright.
So those of you who didn't hear, we are making a chocolate vegan pie. Really great for really anyone. Like, who doesn't like chocolate? I don't know. Some people don't actually.
Weirdos.
Yeah, weirdos in our opinion. And this pie is super grounding, but it's also cooling. As it's Pitta season right now, summertime, hot out. If you haven't been outside today, it's pretty hot out there. Here in Atlanta, at least. Actually, while I was in Peru, it was really interesting because it was winter time there. And the mornings would be crazy cold, like 30 degrees. And then the evening time would be freezing cold again. But then during the middle of the day, it would be really hot, like 70 degrees. It was crazy. So we would go from wearing winter coats to shorts and t-shirts all in one day. Can you get it off, sweetie? Yeah. Okay, I think there's a little bit more in here that we can play with. Okay, so we're gonna crush down the rest of this pie here. Okay, and then while Emmy finishes that up, she's gonna then stick it into the freezer where it will harden while we make the inside of the pie next. You'll see that this pie has nothing artificial in it, and everything is made with 100% organic.
Alright, does this look about right?
Perfect. Looks amazing, Emmy. Thanks. We want to stay away from the refined sugars.
Rachel, where do I put it?
And they are, I don't know, good question. Just shove it in there somewhere.
Yep.
So refined sugar is actually going to create imbalance and often make us feel a little erratic and unsteady. And we don't want to do that, right? We want to stay feeling balanced and calm. Okay, so this recipe is super easy. What we're going to do next, Emmy, we're going to take everything else and just stick it in the Vitamix and blend it up, right? So we'll just, in here you can see we have our unsweetened cocoa, and I actually also added a tablespoon of cacao powder. Cacao is a plant medicine and super healing for everyone. We actually had cacao ceremonies while I was in Peru. Pretty amazing, incredible experience. And actually look out because I'm going to be doing one in the near future here. So that's to come. All right, Emmy, go ahead, throw that in. So basically, I'll be sharing the recipe online later, so don't worry if you don't have the amounts. But we have 3 large ripe avocados that we're going to add. We added a half a cup of cocoa and 1 tablespoon of cacao. So we're going to go ahead and just take these avocados, boom, throw them in. Clearly, a lot of avocado in here, so hopefully if you're interested in making this, you are a fan. That is maple syrup, so we're going to add that next. That's our natural sweetener, and this is pure organic maple syrup, nothing artificial. Trader Joe's, of course.
Sponsor us.
We love Trader Joe's. That's where we buy everything in this household.
You can sponsor us.
Yeah. And then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So I'll go ahead and let you do that, my dear. Okay, so we got 1, boom, and then 2. Oops, a little bit extra never hurts, right? Hey, we're just playing here in the kitchen. Okay, and then we have to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt to that mixture. And then we're just gonna blend all this up. You have 1/4 teaspoon in there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Let's just put it over here.
All right.
A little extra salt, never.
I can smell the vanilla extract. It smells like cookies.
Right? Yum. So anyone who wants to come over later, enjoy some pie. Just kidding. We're only making one, and there's a lot of us, so.
Which one's that again?
What?
Which?
Is that kaffa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There might not be any left.
Oh, don't be mean. No, we're only gonna let our kaffa have a little bit. Kaffas don't want too much sweets. Yes, they do, he says. They think they do. So you'll notice in your lifestyles that you usually crave the things, unfortunately, that you shouldn't be eating too much of. Interesting, huh? So here we go. We're going to blend this up. Emmy, you ready?
Yep.
So Danny just asked if I teach Ayurvedic cooking. I don't teach it. I'm just playing around with it. But
She
who
can't
knows?
teach you.
I might be able to, right? Might be in the near future. I'm actually going to do a course in it that starts in the next few weeks. Here we go. Ooh, whoa. That's really strong. Okay, go ahead. Here we go. So, but if you want to learn more about Ayurvedic cooking, Ayurvedic lifestyle, I do plan on doing this weekly just to give people more information. I feel like the more we learn things, the more important it is to share. So not to hoard it, right? Hoarding's never something advisable. Right, Emmy? No, we know a lot about collecting in this family. We have a few collectors. But they're going to work on it, right, Brian? So they can balance their energies. Feel more at peace. Is it blended? Ooh, it looks good. Let's turn it up a little. Yeah. So Emmy just said it looks like brownie mix. Yum. Oh, Brian, would you like to come in and see it? So this, everybody, if you've never met my amazing, super sweet husband, he's my soulmate. Yeah, definitely. Brings a lot of joy and a lot of happiness and a lot of balance into my life. Looks good? All right, Emmy, let's turn it down. Ooh, that's really loud. Okay, so now we have to take out, ooh, taste it.
I know. I was just
Yeah, right? Okay, anybody else want to taste?
I do.
That does.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Let me taste.
Tastes like,
Cook's got to
you know,
taste.
kind of,
Oh my God,
it kind of
it's
tastes
good.
like the banana chocolate.
That's really good.
Super yummy. Okay, guys, we're going to add that now to our pie crust, Emmy. So we're going to take it out.
Is it
Yeah, it's okay, because we're going to put it back in the freezer for a few hours as soon as we're done. And then we'll eat it later.
all right?
All right? So, Emmy, any thoughts, any questions?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. Oh, thanks, Brian. All right, this isn't a family affair here. So it's like a pudding pie. Some of the things that I recommend that you could do after you're done is add some fresh
Do
fruit.
we bake this?
We don't bake it, actually.
Oh, we just keep it-
We're going to just put it back in the freezer.
How long?
Yeah, for about 2 to 3 hours. And then we're going to just cut it and eat it. Do you think there's any chance there'll be any of this left for tomorrow?
No.
No, I don't either. But it might become a staple in our
I
house.
think it will.
So one of the things that I would also recommend is, besides fresh fruit, is you can make some homemade whipped cream to put on top. Or just some shaved chocolate.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, right? Mm-hmm. So we actually had a birthday in our family this past week, right, Noah? Mm-hmm. So we could put some candles on it. Although he's insisted that it's over, so.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
I think you're more excited for his birthday than he is.
I'm always more excited for everyone's birthday more than they usually are. I love birthdays. So Emmy and I were talking earlier about ways that she can balance her pitta when it becomes out of balance during the school year, which is pretty common, right? Because Emmy's going to be a sophomore in high school. Hard to believe. I feel like I was just a sophomore in high school yesterday. Hard to believe I could have children that old. My son's going to be a freshman. So one of the ways to balance your pitta would be to meditate every morning. And a lot of times when people say, oh, I don't have time, that was Emmy's first response. I don't have time, right, Emmy?
Yep.
You know, it really only takes like 3 minutes. And often we think that when we have meditate that it's got to be like long, right? But it's really just to sit still for 3 minutes and just focus. Focus on the sounds of the room.
I love meditating because I can just fall asleep.
Yeah, well, you want to try to stay awake.
Oh.
And focus on your breath, right?
Mm-hmm. I focus on my breath when I fall asleep.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do.
Yeah. So what I would recommend is you count your breath, right? So a really great way, we're going to leave the rest of this just for everyone to lick up because our pie is not going to fit anymore. Is
Can I put that in the outside one? Might have more room.
Yeah, great idea. So
Eat something.
yeah, so focus on your breath. The inhales maybe for 4 and the exhales would be a little bit longer. When your exhales are longer than your inhales, it's going to create what we call a longana effect, a calming effect. Now, someone who's like kapha like Brian, he might need a little more inspiration in the morning to get himself up and moving and going, although he's pretty good at that, honestly. But if you were more kapha, like say you're feeling a little bit depressed, a little down, then you would change it up. So you would want to actually change your inhale to be a little longer than your exhale. How's it, Emmy? Pretty good? Mm-hmm. It's all over your face, cutie. Anyways, so that's one of the ways she could balance her pitta. Another great way that Emmy could work on balancing her pitta would be to smile and laugh a lot. Pittas need a lot of laughter in their lives. And then naps. Not long ones though, like maybe 15, 20 minutes, Emmy. Not 2-3 hours, which my teenagers tend to do. Actually, one of our teenagers is, yes, still sleeping. Hard to believe at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. But he doesn't generally wake up till about 3 o'clock.
He stays up till like 5.
Yeah, he's a little backwards.
On his Xbox.
He's a little backwards these days. He's definitely a little out of balance. Anyways, thank you so much for joining in on my Facebook Live today. We're going to take this amazing, beautiful chocolate avocado vegan pie, stick it out in our freezer for the next hour or so, and then we're all going to cut it up and enjoy. Anyways, if you have any questions on Ayurveda lifestyle and how to balance your dosha, want some more information, please don't hesitate to DM me, reach out, and would love to chat with you more about it. Until next week when we make, I don't know, we'll decide this week. See you then. Have a great day. Namaste.